In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to configure single area in OSPF. In my previous videos, I have explained about the basics of OSPF, different OSPF terminologies like router ID, neighbor, DR, BDR, basic matrices, that is the cost, and about the area also. So in this section, I will demonstrate how to configure the OSPF in single area. For that purpose, I'm going to use this particular topology using the packet tracer. Here I'm using 3 different routers to configure the OSPF in single area. I'm going to use the area 0 for that purpose. You can see here for this particular link, I have configured 10 network. For this particular net link, I have configured 12. For fast Ethernet section 11. On second router, I have used fast Ethernet with the IP series of 192 and 13 on the third router, fast Ethernet. So this is the topology that I'm going to use in the packet tracer. So now we can verify first. We need to verify show IP private basic command show running configurations. You can see here I have just configured the IPs. 10 IP series on fast Ethernet as I have told you, and 10 IP series on serial 1x0 interface. Same thing we can verify more by using the command show IP route. You can see here just 2 directly connected network here. C stands for directly connected, as I explained in my basic router configuration video, and also can be verified with the command show IP protocol, that none of the routing protocol is configured here. Same on the second router, show running. Nothing is configured on this router except default IP that we need to configure. Same thing we can verify here, show IP route, show IP route, only directly connected network, none of the another network. Same thing on the third router, show IP route, directly we check the route, there is none of the route configured, and show IP protocol to verify is there any routing protocol configured. No, there is none of the routing protocol configured. To verify more, what we can do, okay, this particular machine, what IP have configured here? 11, because here this is the router interface from where this particular LAN network segment is connected. So verify from here also, I'm not able to go outside the network. Ping 11 is a separate network. Yeah, this .0.0.1. Yes, we are able to ping up to this particular interface. Cannot go outside. If I try to ping this 10 IP series, ping 10.0.0.2, not reachable. So means I have done the basic configuration only. I have not configured any of the routing protocol till yet. So now how we can configure that? Come on the setting. I'm going to use the area 0. For that, configure terminal. First command is same like we have configured in the RIP or in configuring the AIGR. The command is router. Look here, either we can configure the BGP, AIGR we have configured, RIP we have configured. Now we have to configure the OSPF. So OSPF. Now my last video I told you next argument is the process ID. It can be same or it can be different. EIGRP, here we configure the AS number that should be same on all the router. But in case of OSP, it is the process ID that is totally locally significant. It does not have any relevance with routing process. So to demonstrate it more better, I'm going to use a different process ID for all the routers. Here I'm using the 10. Okay. Same as next command that we configure in the repend EIGRP, directly connected network there. So network, which network is connected with this router? One is the 10 and one is the 11. Basically this is a very tricky command. This network command do the two functions. First, what I want to advertise to the neighbor. So first, there are two networks that I want to advertise to my neighbors. One is the 10 network and one is the 11 network. So first 10.0.0.0. Next is the wildcard mask. I've explained that in the previous video also. So here I've used what? /24. So means if I come back, okay, just it. So /24 means default is 255.255.255.255. Okay, that is the global subnet mask. So /24 means 255.255.255.0. So subtract subnet mask from the global subnet mask. What will be the result? 0.0.0.255. This will be the wildcard mask that we have to use for this particular scenario that I'm going to. So the wildcard mask will be 0.0.0.255. Then area, as I'm going to single area configuration, so I'm usually going to use area 0 for that. So 110 is get connected here. 10 has been configured. Second network that I have to advertise is the 11 network. So network same command, network 11.0.0.0 is 0.0.0.255, again the same area. Done. So now check show IP route. Oh sorry, show IP route. Nothing has been come because the neighbor has not been configured, but still we can verify show IP protocol command. Now you can check here, I have configured process ID with 10. One main thing that I want to show that router ID is 11. As I have told you that highest configured IP on the physical interface will be taken as router ID. So here 10 is configured and 11 is configured. I don't configure any of the loopback interface, so it take this highest IP as the router ID. So it has been verified. So first router has been done. Now come on to the second router. Okay, to go to the configuration mode. Now here I am going to choose some separate or some different. On the first router I have taken the process ID as 10. Here I am going to take 20. Again I am repeating, process ID does not have any concern about the routing. It is totally locally significant of the router database. So now which network I want to advertise? This particular router have 3 networks directly connected and need to be advertised: 10, 12 and 192. So we have to advertise 3 networks from this particular router. Okay, so come to the network command. Network 1 is the 10 network, 10.0.0.0. Wildcard mask is 0.0.0.255. Area 0. Area should be same. Second, yeah, you can see here, as soon as I configured, it says it found one of the neighbor 11.1 of the this particular interface. So it says I found a new neighbor of 11, and as I've told you, there are 7 stages, so full stage has been achieved. Second network, I have to configure network 192.168.1.0 space 0.0.0. Yes, 0.0.255. area should be same. And third network I need to configure is the 12. So network 12.0.0.0 0.0.0.255, then area should be same. Now you can verify show IP route. Now it is saying that it find a new neighbor O coding. O coding stand for OSPF of 11 network. This is the administrative distance and this is the cost. How it calculate the cost? In the previous video I have told you that by using the formula. What is the formula? 10 raised to power 8 divided by bandwidth of the link. So by using the same formula, it have calculated the cost of 65. So second route has been configured. Show IP protocol. Second command to verify. Look here also, it says OSPF is configured with the process ID of 20. Here also you can verify. Router ID is 192.168.1.1. Why? Because if you check it, the active router physical interface is 10, 12 and 192. So it take the highest IP as the router ID. So you check it from here. We have taken the 192.168.1.1 is the router ID. Come on the third router. Enable router OSPF process ID. I am going to take separate or different from the previous one. Here the network is connected is the one is the 12 network and one is the 13 network that I need to advertise. So come here. Network is the 12 and 13. Network 12.0.0.0 0.0.0.255 area 0. Area should be same because now we are configuring on the single area network. Look here. Now it finds one of the neighbor 192. Oh sorry. Let me complete with another command. Second is the 13.0.0.0 0.0.0.255 and area should be 0. Done. Now if I check on the another router first, come here. What this router is saying? I have found one of the new neighbor 13, and this one also saying I found one of the new area 192.168.1.1. How we can verify more? By using the command show IP route. Look here. So 3 new network has been added here. 12, 13 and 192. So this was the unknown network that this particular router found by OSPF configuration on this router, and one is the 13 network, so it found here. So 25. Database should be same. Show IP route. Show IP route. Yes. Now it knows about the via OSPF. It know about the 12 network. Do it like this. Okay. It knows about the 12 network also. It know about the 13 network also. It know about the 192 network also. That is here. This is a 3 unknown network. Now this router know from this router on this particular interface. Okay. So let's check it. See, simple. So to verify more, let's start. Initially we are not able to ping onto the 10 network. Now try. Yes, pinging now. Very well. Okay, just I will try from starting to end. Am I able to ping? I'm able to reachable up to that network. Here the IP is 13.0.0.3. So verify it. Ping 13.0.0.3 or wherever. Just wait for a moment. It should. First time out. Yes, I'm able to ping. Means now we are able to communicate anywhere from anywhere to anywhere. So I've told you there are mainly 3 databases. So to check the routing table, show that I keep using IP route. So it is showing the entire routing table up to which network it is reachable. You can see here OSPF having the administrative distance of 110. This is the cost calculation with the help of formula. What was the formula? What was the formula? 10 raised to power 8 raised to power 8 divided by bandwidth. Okay. So using this formula, it have calculated this particular cost. One, show neighbor database. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Remember. Now it is saying I have one neighbor. Network ID is router ID. That particular router ID is because this router have only one neighbor, one directly connected, whose router ID is. You remember again. It is that I am 192.168.1.1. It's saying no. So the neighbor only knows about the only one neighbor. This was on this photo. Yeah, it's in the full state. If you remember, last one is the full state after passing init, dead state, init state, exchange state, extra state. Then it reaches the full state. Now it is in the full state. Neighbor is this one connected via the address 10.0.0.2 because the interface IP of this particular is 10.0.0.2. This particular router connected with this neighbor. Sorry, this particular router have one neighbor, that is this one connected on this particular interface IP is 10.0.0.2 and the router ID is the 192.168.1.1. I think it should be clear to you now. Now come on second router, check here also, show IP route. Now it also knows about 11 network, that is on this side, and second one is the 13 OSPF, that is on the this side. Next, that is advertised by this neighbor. So here if I show IP OSPF neighbor command, very important. Now it is saying I have 2 neighbors. Now it is saying I have 2 neighbors. One is the 11. Oh, just wait. Yeah, neighbor ID is 11 and 13 1, and address is 10 1 and 12 2. Okay, 11 1 is this one. This is the, because this particular router highest IP is this one, so this is the router ID. So it is saying I have one neighbor with 11, but the IP address is 10.1 connected on serial 1 by 0. You can verify everything. Connected on this particular interface, IP is 10.1, but the highest IP of this router is the active physical interface 11, so router ID is this one and connected on serial 1 by 0. Same thing, 13 router, 13.1. On this router highest IP is the 13.1, so this is the router ID, connected on 12.2 via serial 1 by 0. So come here, yeah, connected on 1 by 1 of that particular neighbor. So hope you enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel to get information about new upload video on your mail. So whenever I upload, if you subscribe this channel, you will get information on your mail whenever I upload your videos. I also like to have comment from you. You can also search me on the YouTube directly by typing this particular URL, www.com/c/p/Ajay Sharma Cisco. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy this video.